Hello and welcome to this week's news, including Game Jam rework projects, sneaky TOS, and more. So whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you like RuneScape content and want to stay updated with the recent news, be sure to subscribe. If you're active on the RuneScape Twitter space, you might have seen some Game Jam projects pop up in your Twitter feed. If you aren't, don't worry, I've got you covered. In this week's news post, they mention it's a little bit on the short end because they've given developers the whole week to focus on their Game Jam projects. And trust me, it's well worth going a week without patches to see more Game Jam updates come into the live game. The only mentioned patch note or fix in progress is the auto world login option, which if you use it, you have definitely experienced it to be an annoyance since Fresh Start World's launch. They are, however, going to stream or post a blog post somewhere this week showing us some content that is dropping next Monday. I'm almost certain that's the Wilderness Flash events because in the roadmap news post from a little while back, it did say that was dropping in October. It's either that or the new skilling location. So what about the Game Jam updates? Well, first of all, we have Mod Dragon, who's bringing improvements to the female White Knight armor to more closely match the male version due to player feedback. In short, Boobagon for historical accuracy. We then have Mod Days, who's working on improving dungeoneering, being quality of life, rebalancing, and improving the boss fights. Now, I'm just going to say, whatever they do, I hope it's purely quality of life, and not something that affects experience rates or dungeoneering dungeon length. Just saying. We then have Mod BOK Witch and Mod Jin working on improving even more free-to-play areas visually, with the focus seeming to be Berthorpe this time. More visual consistency is a big yeppy the f***ing yep from me. Speaking of graphical improvements, believe it or not, Karamja is receiving a graphical overhaul. Now, I never thought this day would come, especially considering that this, I believe, was in the talks back in Game Jam 2017 or so, but that doesn't necessarily matter anymore. It is coming to the game somewhere in the near future, and I'm all for it. It looks fantastic. Of course, the only thing that still sticks out are the buildings, which, still look pretty bad, but overall, new Karamja looks great. And let's be honest, Karamja is by far the ugliest area on the RuneScape surface level right now, so it being overhauled is amazing. Mod Camel has been working on a woodcutting rework, and despite mentioning it's in its early stages and likely won't see the light of day, there may just be a moment, years from now, that it will become a reality. And finally, Mod Forza seems to be working on a quest called Detective Operation Feathers. Something I believe is important to cover is something in the terms of service that not many players knew about until it became public in public discords and on Reddit, and I didn't know this myself either. So apparently, swapping between your regular main game account and Fresh Start Worlds is prohibited. To clarify, this means you cannot swap between the two game modes until your Fresh Start World account becomes a regular account in the main game by being transferred to the main game. So if you wanted to make easy money by swapping the significantly more valuable Fresh Start Worlds GP, just know it's against the rules. I'm not sure what the punishment is, but there is risk attached to doing it, and that's why I'm showing you guys this. I was recently notified that perhaps the most valuable Fresh Start Worlds reward, being the Challenger Halo, is not tradable to Iron Man accounts. So if you go to Worlds first in Fresh Start Worlds, like this guy right here, you cannot seem to trade over your achievement to your Iron Man account. Now, it's very likely that this isn't intended and is only the case because it's not a tradable token like the other rewards, but it should be tradable because all the news posts about Fresh Start Worlds do state that Iron Man accounts in the main game will be able to receive rewards from Fresh Start Worlds. The Halo should be part of that as well. With that being said, we've covered this week's RuneScape news, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.